Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Dawaz with the latest roundup of sports. What's cooking in PCB, what's happening all around in the world regarding sports, we'll give you all the details. The Under-19 World Cup continues in South Africa and the Pakistan team is performing consistently. Now they take on Bangladesh tomorrow, which is their last match of this stage, and then hopefully they're pretty close to qualification for the semi-finals as well. So we'll talk about their performance overall and how the boys have really stepped up to the occasion. But the fact is that consistency should remain, and then again this talent should be converted. Players should be identified right now because some of them at the moment are performing pretty well, but then the structure, the process needs to be very refined and very calculated, because if we ever I think gauge the ratio of under-19 cricketers who have played for Pakistan and then disappeared, I think we'll have pages and pages of these players who have never been seen again in the realm of cricket. So we'll talk about that in detail. Then of course we move on and we discuss matters at the Pakistan Cricket Board. We know that the Board of Governors is convening on the 6th, which is the Tuesday, where it will be decided who will be the next chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board. At present, Mr. Shah Khavar, who is also the election commissioner at the Pakistan Cricket Board, Advocate Shah Khavar, is the acting chairman of the PCB right now. And in multiple media talks, he has highlighted that the primary task right now is to elect a chairman from the Board of Governors. And most likely, I think people have started making their choices, but we will get to know who is going to be the candidate on Tuesday, which is the 6th, when the Board of Governors meet, because the next chairman will be selected for a period of 3 years according to the constitution of the Pakistan Cricket Board. So we'll discuss all about that in the show today. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios we've been joined by cricket commentator, international broadcaster and presenter K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Great to have you. We've also been joined by cricket expert and analyst Sabir Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, Sabir. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. I am good, thank you.
We've also been joined by senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm well. Thank you very much.
Right, sir. Haider, we want to talk about under-19 cricket. So far, Pakistan is very close to qualification for the semi-finals right now. The World Cup underway in South Africa. How have you seen the performance so far? And I think we have truly seen results, at least if we talk about the bowling, where Junaid Khan has really made a difference and an impact with these young fast bowlers.
Absolutely. Pakistan under-19 team is doing very well in South Africa. They have got all 3 matches, and tomorrow is crucial match against Bangladesh. After this match, they will qualify for the semi-final. So I think under-19 team, Mohammad Yusuf, he has worked nicely with the under-19 team, and now Junaid Khan is working nicely. And Pakistan, luckily, Pakistan have right now good talent in batting and bowling both together. Shahzeb Khan, I'm really inspired from Shahzeb Khan, opener. He is doing very well. He has got highest runs in this tournament right now. And in the bowling, we have Ubaid Shah, brother of Naseem Shah. He is bowling very well. So I think this team has potential to get the final, into the final, and definitely it will be a very good match if Pakistan and India in the final, and some chances for the Pakistan better than India to get the title again after Sarfraz Ahmed, he won the title years ago. So tomorrow Pakistan should go with aggressive strategy as they have done in the past matches, and against the Bangladesh they have to do nicely as they have done against all other teams, New Zealand and Ireland. But it depends upon the batters and the bowlers if they are concentrating really in this match. Because against Ireland, we have seen at some stage Pakistan was not in position to win the match, but finally they have got it. So tomorrow they should concentrate. They should focus to the match. They should do their 100% performance, and they can win the match.
Well, certainly. Asif, when everything is going right, it's very difficult to pinpoint anything that needs working upon. But I think that's where we can actually start a big discussion over here, that even if we look at the game against Ireland, they were 7 wickets down. So, you know, that sheer dominance of one person or 2 or 3 of your batters standing up, and, you know, the task which we ever talk about in Pakistan is finishing the game, is something where these youngsters can really improve upon, because if you're losing 7 wickets in the course of chasing 180, then when you step your level up, it's really going to trouble you.
Well, it's all about the mindset, Ahmed. And but if you see the track record of Pakistan and Bangladesh, if you see the head-to-head record, in last 6 games, Pakistan have won 5, and all of them were really comprehensive victories. either Pakistan batting first or Pakistan chasing. Either it's above 200 they're chasing. Every victory was comprehensive, which is a really good thing. Hyderabad was mentioning about one player, and that is Shahzeb Khan. Uh, I must give credit to the previous regime of Pakistan Cricket Board that they have started the bilateral series on the under 19 level and the Pakistan A or the list A level. So Pakistan went to Bangladesh. Pakistan played against Bangladesh. Pakistan have won 4-1 in ODI series, and then there was a 4-day match in which Shahzeb Khan scored 175. So this consistency, of course, comes up with the longer format. Of course, when you're playing T20, you can hit or you can improvise. You cannot work properly on your technique. So this is the problem. So mindset is really important, that while you're chasing 180 and the 7 is down, you'd have to tell your openers that you'd have to play your natural game. It's even under 4 you are chasing, just play positive cricket. There is no need to take any sort of pressure. And I think the next couple of games, because tomorrow I'm quite sure that the Pakistan will play positive cricket and guys will come with an energy. As Hyderabad was saying, that the only thing to play positive cricket in the semis, more likely Pakistan will be facing Australia. That would be a tough game because the Australian under 19, they just play really ruthless cricket. I like their positivity. I like their energy. So the real game will be against Australia. Yes, against Bangladesh, you just work on your weaknesses and come up with energy and show to the world that yes, we could do.
Well, Sabir, the fact is that I've mentioned this before as well, that these youngsters really need to then categorize what kind of international cricket they will be following, and the Pakistan Cricket Board needs to analyze the strength and weakness of these players so you can work accordingly. You can categorize players on the basis of formats, T20, one day and test cricket, if you want to have a stable future for Pakistan. In the past as well, we've seen that guys play the World Cup, they perform well, immediately go into the PSL or any other league, and then there is some sort of block that comes in and they can't then transform into the senior level which is needed at the moment for international cricket.
Absolutely, Ahmed, rightly said. I mean, basically PCB, they have to obviously categorize the players. I mean, they have to find out the proper kind of players as far as the formats are concerned. Like we have seen Umair bin Yusuf, he is a wonderful prospect for Pakistan. He could be a great player as far as the test matches are concerned. So I mean, obviously there are a couple of youngsters who are playing extremely well, especially in this particular World Cup. Asif and Hyderabad was both of them were saying a couple of names like Shahzeb Khan, Shaimal Hussain, the left-hander. He has to basically perform, especially as an opener, because Shahzeb Khan, on the other hand, he has been performing really well. Saad Beg, the captain as well. And as far as the bowling is concerned, Ubaid Shah, he has been along with Mohammad Zishan, both of them basically, bowling exceptionally well for Pakistan. I mean, these are, a good sign for Pakistan as far as the future is concerned. Yes, Pakistan shines towards, under 19 towards bilateral series. Asif was saying, I mean, against Bangladesh as well. Thanks to previous management of PCB, these kind of, towards bilateral series, especially for the youngsters, are very important. And this kind of, under 19 World Cup, this is the time basically to showcase your talent. I mean, because the whole world is watching you. You are basically sharing your a couple of dressing room with international players as well. Getting some kind of experience as far as the international coaches are concerned. So it could be a wonderful a prospect for every young player, from every country, I would say. As far as Pakistan's performance is concerned, they have been playing phenomenally well, especially in the group stage as well. They played a very good cricket against Afghanistan, then Nepal as well. Tough game against New Zealand, but they basically beat them convincingly. Yes, they were struggling against Ireland. Basically, they should have chased down the target, maybe a couple of wickets down, but they basically were under pressure, and it's a good sign because they need to basically face some kind of situation, because we have seen India, they have been basically cruising in the group stage. They basically lost the final. So crunch movements for Pakistani youngsters are very important. They have to have some kind of self-belief to play against the bigger teams like India, Australia, might be the semi-final, the final as well. So they have to negate these kind of tough situations, tough moments of the game, I would say.
Well, it's interesting that in Pakistan we're still missing out on exploring a long process of developing players. We're still probably, the system has become such that we want to fast track every player. There's an automatic shortcut that exists, and with the PSL coming up, obviously, I think a lot of young players are eyeing this as well. But Sir Haider, how important is it, and then what's the right way forward to make sure that the next generation of players is still interested in the longer form of cricket, which is Test cricket? And I think in the past week we have just seen two of the best Test matches that this new calendar would have to offer, in which England defeated India, and especially the way West Indies beat Australia at the Gabba.
Yeah, exactly. It is very important for all the players, young players, that if they are learning that the longer format is really cricket. If they are focusing to PSL or some T20 franchise league to earn the money, then their focus will not be on cricket. Their focus is to make the money only. I think this strategy should be denied. The coaches, the management, they have to teach them that if you want to play a good cricket, you should go for the longer format. But I have seen Ubaid Shah. He is already selected for the Islamabad United. Another batter opener, Shamail Hassan, he is already selected, or he is in the list for the Islamabad United supplementary category, I think. So it means that you are killing the cricket of the young players. If you are selecting at this moment for the leagues, then you are not giving the exact right cricket to the young players. This is very necessary. If we see in our neighbor country, India or Australia, the young players, they are focusing the longer format. They are going to domestic cricket. They are going to first class cricket. And then they are coming into the national team. But if in the Pakistan, the players, they are focusing only on to play the franchise leagues, then I think we cannot produce the good players. In past, we have seen a lot of young players, under 19 players, but after under 19 phase, they are vanished. Nobody can say where are they. Only some players, Babar Azam is there, or Shadab Khan is here. These players only, but a lot of young players, under 19 players, they have been vanished. They are nobody knows, and they have destroyed their cricket to choose the franchise leagues and to avoid the longer format, and then they have not learned exact cricket because at the age of 19 you are still in the learning phase. Even till 23, 25 you are still in learning phase. So you have to learn really exact cricket, longer format cricket, test cricket. Otherwise you cannot be a good player in any format. It is very important for the coaches to teach them and to should keep in the mind that you have to play a good cricket in longer format.
But certainly, Asif, that's a terrific argument that Sir Haider mentions. The fact is that most of these players have already been drafted into the PSL. That means that you've given them two automatic windows. One where they can eye a shortcut for Pakistan, two where they can eye financial stability. So both cases are done and dusted. Now, if I would ask them to focus only on the 4-day format, and if they don't, then I probably can't blame them because they already have the biggest share of cricket that they wanted.
It's the responsibility of Pakistan Cricket Board that on which path Pakistan Cricket Board is going actually. I think that the all eyes on the PSL, on the Pakistan Super League, and instead of giving importance to the domestic cricket, I think that every cricket board, especially Pakistan, I don't want to talk about BCCI because that the Indian team is performing so well. They have qualified for the final. They've done superb job in the World Cup 2023. But if you see in Sri Lanka, if you see in Bangladesh, the Bangladesh Premier League, Sri Lanka Premier League, these are the problem. These franchise cricket is the problem now. And that's why I think that the rest of the boards, and especially International Cricket Council, should be eyeing that what should be the way out, that and how could the players, they will be given rest apart from the franchise cricket. Because as you said that these youngsters, they're just focusing on two aspects, a shortcut way to the Pakistan and of course the monetary aspects. Both are good, both are right. I mean, this is their right. But the nationalism, Pakistan comes first. I don't know that why the cricket board is not working on this to tell to the cricketers that if you're not performing well for Pakistan, you won't be a hero. Just take an example of Shamar Joseph. He has done phenomenal job for West Indies, and rest of the world is talking about him. Why? Because he had done a phenomenal job, not for a franchise league. He had done this for his country. So this is a big problem, and I think in our society where we are living, everyone love to get a shortcut way. Either, for example, for me, if I want to become an international commentator, I'll be doing the same thing the way these youngsters are doing. Let's take your example, Ahmed. If you want to become a renowned TV anchor, you are already you are a renowned anchor, alhamdulillah. But even then, I'm just putting an example. Every field you will find that the youngsters, they're just looking towards shortcuts, which is not good actually.
Absolutely. And Sabir, it's about prioritizing. You can't do that at the moment where you can have these youngsters, and if out of all of this under-19 lot you pick 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 players, you immediately sit down with your regional coaches, talk to them, identify first-class regions where you want to send them to, and even if they're not playing, if they get to share the dressing room environment or then get a 4-day game, then they can develop over time. Have a set number, because why we need to mention the case of BCCI at the moment, because a lot of their under-19 players would immediately be going to the Ranji Trophy then. And then obviously they'll probably get selected for the IPL based on the result of that Ranji Trophy. But for us, it's the complete opposite how players are selected.
Absolutely. We always talk about our neighbors, like Indians. They have a stronger board. They have a kind of a proper direction as far as their future stars are concerned. They are the basically cricket. These are the cricket boards. They are basically developing players. I mean, they have prioritize the longer format, like you have been saying Ranji Trophy. They have a strongest kind of a format. They have a better pitches, better players as well, quality kind of I would say a commercialization as well. As far as PCB is concerned, to be very honest, they are basically focusing on earning money. I have talked number of times. Basically, they are reducing the number of test matches to include T20s. Like West Indies couple of years ago, we were supposed to play 3 test matches, but they, Wasim Khan, Ehsan Mani as well, at that particular time, they reduced number of test matches and they added couple of T20s. These kind of top management decisions basically do affect the youngsters. I mean, because they are obviously follow the shortcuts. I mean, they have to play a couple of good balls in the PSL, then they have they will be selecting themselves for the national side, and then they have another target to play couple of leagues. I mean, so they basically retired at the early age, like we have seen Mohammad Amir, Imad Wasim, couple of more Pakistani players as well. So nationalism is very important. We have seen couple of players. You are talking about Shamar Joseph. He was basically injured, but he has to basically, he himself said he basically wanted to play. We have seen Graham Smith. He was basically broken his finger, but in spite of that, he basically came back and basically faced Mitchell Johnson as well. He basically wanted to prove that he is a player who basically wants to play for his country. We have seen Anil Kumble as well. He basically played with the broken jaw as well. So this shows the nationalism. But as far as the Pakistani players are concerned, sorry to say, they are basically earning. They are here to play some leagues. I mean, we have seen in the recently young players are basically retiring. Why? Because they want to earn money. They want to establish their futures. I mean, they do not want to play for the countries. Yes, PCB has to prioritize. They have to commercialize as well as the women's cricket are concerned. The youngsters must be developed in the National Assembly. Another problem with PCB is they are basically bringing young players to the international levels too early. We have seen Hassan Raza as well. At the age of 16 years old, he basically demolished his career. Why? Because PCB was inducting young players very early, I would say. They have to be developed properly, their body muscles as well. We have seen Shanwas Dhani, a young boy from Larkana. He has basically brought it in the national side because he has never seen kind of a gym. We have seen Naseem Shah as well. He has been brought too early as far as the test matches are concerned. A young player at the age of 16, 17 years old, how he can play 5-day cricket? I mean, we have fitness issues as well. So these are minor issues, major issues.
Even the T20 skipper Shaheen Shafri, I think that pace is dropping with each passing campaign, which should be alarming for Pakistan, because you were considering him to lead your pace attack for the next 5 to 10 years.
Exactly. So another thing, Ahmed, it's an individual's responsibility how you are basically carrying yourself. Obviously PCB, some head coaches as well, they are basically giving some kind of advices, but again it is an individual responsibility if whether you want to play for your country or you would would like to play for the leagues as well. We have seen Mohammad Rizwan, Shaheen Shafri, I don't want to take their names, I mean all the players, but I mean definitely they have to fly to play Canada T20 league. And in the couple of days they have to go back to play some Bangladesh Premier League as well. So this shows, and then in Asia Cup we have seen their performances. They are basically I would say saying that they have some kind of fatigue issues as well. They should have rested themselves. We have seen couple of Indian players basically they basically respect test test format, I would say. Then they basically rest couple of matches. They do not want to play against Ireland, against West Indies, against minnow teams. They want to play for the country, especially for the test matches. So this basically shows the individual's responsibility. Same goes for Pakistani players. Shaheen Shafri, he has to seriously look at his as far as his pace is concerned, because most of the youngsters are basically looking at Shaheen Shafri. So he's a basically role model. So I mean there are couple of loopholes, individual players, and obviously PCB's management as well.
Well, Asif, can we do that? Can we categorize?
No, but before going ahead, I would like to ask a question to you that you guys are talking about Shaheen Shafridi. What happened in the third test? He said that according to him, workload management, and that's why I'm not playing the third test. Ahmed, I want your answer.
Well, my answer is that I also have information where probably neither the captain nor Shaheen Shafridi nor anyone else from the team wanted Shaheen to not play. But it was the decision of one man only who said that no, Shaheen will not play.
Who is that?
That is your team director. So, that's like I said, I have some information. Might be wrong, might be right. But the fact is that it's the same scenario, Asif, if you remember a couple of series ago when England came and nobody knew who wanted this pitch. Nobody owned it. So the same argument, nobody's owning right now who wanted Shaheen Shafridi to rest. Nobody knows.
Well,
that's the case, right?
I think it's an eyewash, to be very honest, that everyone knows that what's going on, what's in your mind. You're okay for the next 5 T20s. You're okay because you're skipper there, and you are fine to play ILT International League T20, but you're not giving importance to your country, and that is the Test cricket. It's a huge question mark, and when we are referring all the responsibility towards the cricket board, it's the responsibility on the individual player as well to prioritize himself for each format. Either he's okay with the T20 or he's only play one day or Test cricket. I think in calendar year now hardly each team is playing 6-7 Test matches. So if you are not available for that, then rest what we want. We want you to play each format. Okay, fine, but then if you're saying that I'm not okay, I want rest for the test match, I think this is shameful. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Absolutely. But I'll take this argument to Sir Haider, then I'll come back to the gentleman in studios. Sir Haider, why, it is a very serious question over here, that why don't we see the same workload problem with Mitchell Starc, who is also playing the IPL, who's also playing county cricket in Australia, who's also playing all three formats, T20, Test cricket and one day for Australia, who is also a left-arm fast bowler who leads the pace attack. He doesn't have a workload problem. He is not injury prone that much. Same case with any other bowler that we can think of around the world. Why is it that, even Wasim Akram the other day said that we didn't even know about the concept of workload management. Waqar was sprinting from the side screen and bowling, all day long, and we never knew what workload management is.
Yeah, absolutely. I ask always also this question that how the Pakistani bowlers, they are always speaking about the workload management, but the other countries' bowlers like Mitchell Starc or Pat Cummins or Hazelwood, they are playing Test cricket, they are playing one-day cricket, they are playing T20 cricket, IPL, franchise, Big Bash, everything they are playing. I think they never compromise on the fitness. And they work for the fitness regularly. But in our system, our players, they only work for the fitness when they are playing a series or some or regular cricket. If they are playing, then they go for the fitness. But the Australian players, they are always busy in the fitness level. If they are not playing any cricket in their winter, still they are busy with the fitness. They go to the gym, they go to the centers there. They can keep their fitness, and it is always necessary for the bowler, especially fast bowlers, to keep your fitness at highest level. And if you are a professional cricketer, then you should be ready for every format, uh, every time you should be ready. You can't say that I'm not ready for this match. In the third test match in Australia, Shaheen Shah Afridi, I think it's a bland game. Mohammad Hafiz, players are blaming Mohammad Hafiz, but Mohammad Hafiz was blaming Shaheen Shah Afridi. Mohammad Hafiz said Shaheen Shah Afridi has not bowled enough overs in the second test. So it was a bland game, but finally, Shaheen Shah Afridi, as a fast bowler, he has to understand by himself that what is his responsibility. He has to keep his fitness level. He should learn from his father-in-law, Shahid Afridi. He is still very fit. And Shaheen Shah Afridi, if as a fast bowler, he cannot get his 100% fitness, then his career will be very short. We have seen a lot of our fast bowlers. They have started very nicely, but after some years, they were vanished from our system, and they are not anywhere available. Even you can see the fast bowler Anderson, Jimmy Anderson for England, 43 or 40, 42 or 43 years old, and he is still playing. He's playing tomorrow, and he has started the cricket at the same time when the Mohammad Yusuf or Mohammad Sami or Pakistani cricketers, they were also playing. They have started their career, but they are already out from the system. They are just in the coaching phase. But Jimmy Anderson, he's still bowling, and he's a very good bowler, and he is still doing 130 plus. So it means that he has always worked on his fitness. And one thing I will say that for Jimmy Anderson, why he's so fit 100%, because he is avoiding all type of the franchise leagues, T20 leagues, IPL. He has refused the contract. Even he was paid highly, but he has refused. He wanted to play county cricket. He wanted to play England cricket. As Sabir said, the nationalism. I think nationalism, it's a big word. I think only a decency, a decent cricket, they have to, our players to have to play. A decent cricket, if they will play, and decent cricket is only, it will be in longer format, 4 days, 5 days game. Otherwise, they cannot play such type of the rubbish leagues. A league is right now is running in Karachi. It's just a time vestige of time. Such type of the leagues, you are actually spoiling your players by such leagues. So Pakistan, it's direct. I will blame to Pakistan Cricket Board. They are not managing exactly. They don't have any domestic tournament since last December. Only the leagues, and then PSL, and then finish domestic cricket. It means that you have wasted 6 months of the young players. You have to make some plan for the young players, and then you can say that we have produced a player. Otherwise, you will be at same path what other board management they have done in the past. You will be also on the same path.
Absolutely. I think the way Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad categorized Test cricket and prioritized that they only want to play Test cricket, there was excellent communication from the English Cricket Board and both of these players. Both of them agreed. The board let them know that we want you only for Test cricket. They agreed to it. But you know, whenever this happens in our part of the world, Mohammad Abbas categorically was there for Test cricket. But then, because Pakistan's playing only a limited share of Test matches, we had no other option but to just, forget him forever. And that's what we've done to many players who have tried to categorize or prioritize formats in our part of the world. Asif, you would like to add to that argument?
I would like to ask one question to Heather Bhai. Heather Bhai said that the wastage of time about SPL, Sindh Premier League, but aren't players happy? Aren't they playing there? Aren't they getting money? There's a question. Why they are playing if it's wastage of time, Heather Bhai?
I think because if you are not applying exact the conditions of the cricket, this is my question, that why you are playing without the exact condition. If you are playing just for the time, for the fun, for the entertainment, then it's not a cricket. I'm sorry, Asif, I have to say. I am always in the favor of a very decent and regular cricket. I am never in support of entertainment cricket. That's my point.
Absolutely. I think that's brilliant. Instead of glamorizing it, having 55-meter boundaries and just getting that level of, because I'll be very honest, I don't see that competitiveness in that league. And because we've got the luxury of Sabir, we would have accepted that concept, the fact is, any concept in Pakistan, if we, it's the same thing when we say we want to give youngsters a chance, but then we don't give youngsters a chance. If you want to have a league that categorizes players of a specific region, then only players of that specific region should have that opportunity to display that skill as well. But at the same time, Sabir, if we look at a list of names now in the past 3 years who have went an injury scare, Ehsanullah back injury, Shaheen Shah Afridi struggled with that, because he got Hasnan, Naseem Shah, Shadab Khan. I mean, it is absolutely similar the way these bodies are breaking down after each, small stint of series.
Again, I would say, they have to, decide themselves. I mean, whether they would like to play for their country or they would, want to earn money. But I really, do not understand. I mean, why they are, going too far as far as the leagues are concerned, because they are earning so much. I mean, a couple of, players like Shadab Khan, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam, these kind of, senior players are basically getting so much profit as far as, PCB's profit share is concerned. They are kind of a higher category. They are in as far as PCB contracts are concerned. In spite of this, they are basically, going for so many leagues. I mean, they have to, decide that, okay, they have to, decide that we are not going for the leagues. We have to play for the country. They have to rest themselves. But again, like you have Hyderabad said, Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad as well, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood as well, Mitchell Stark as well. They basically played throughout the World Cup. Again, they played, all the test matches against Pakistan, against West Indies as well. So they basically give respect to the longer format. They basically do not want to play the IPL. Couple of England players they basically did not go couple of IPL season because they wanted to prepare themselves for the Ashes. I mean, so this shows they basically would like to play for their country. They have so much respect as far as the longer format is concerned. But in our country, if you prioritize couple of players, like you have said, I mean, Asad Shafiq, Mohammad Abbas as well, Azhar Ali, they have to basically play a couple of test matches in a whole year. They have PCB basically did not communicate with them. There is a miscommunication as well as huge gap between the players and also the PCB. Same situation with Shoaib Malik as well. Couple of more senior players. So PCB basically they have to decide which player they basically want in which format. So as far as the categories is concerned, obviously they have to earn something. So PCB has to give so much money that they must not go for the leagues. I mean, so again, it's an individual's responsibility to play for the country.
I agree, and I think individuals should be prioritizing. But the fact is that most of these individuals need to be controlled as well. And the fact is that you need to define a system. You need to put a mechanism in place that has enough strength to be a system, not be a system which is below the player and the player is above the system. So Asif, I think that debate is there in Pakistan forever now. Even in the under-19 circuit, even in women's cricket, even on the national side, even on the domestic circuit, when obviously players see that there is inconsistency in the board and the management, then automatically they would, even we've had a recent statement where Imad Wasim has also said that if Pakistan asks for it, if Pakistan needs it, then you can reconsider any decision that you've made.
To be very honest, this is funny kind of situation, though embarrassing, because no one knows, no one sure about the future of cricket. And as Imad Wasim said, I buy his words, and I think I strongly agree with him. What's going on right now in your intro, as you said that we after a couple of days will be having new chairman for the Pakistan Cricket Board. What could be his responsibility? That is only domestic cricket. If a chairman of cricket board could not work for the betterment of domestic cricket, I think I will give him 0 marks. And in last 3-4 regimes, if you see, none of them were interested about the domestic cricket. Everyone was putting all the efforts for a powerful show of Pakistan Super League. I respect, and of course that it's the brand of Pakistan, but you cannot take the cream, the talent of the cricket from Pakistan Super League. Yes, to some extent T20, even then, if you see that the player who came from the Pakistan Super League, they're not performing well in international cricket. Either it's Haris Rauf, either it's Azam Khan, Asif Ali, you can take some more names as well. But no one is, the players who are performing well, in national team, the Babar, Rizwan, they have performed so well in domestic circuit. So I think the whoever the next chairman will be, if he will not put his efforts for the domestic cricket, for the betterment of domestic cricket, we think we cannot take results, and that's why we cannot do the comparison between the BCCI and PCB, because the BCCI, they're all emphasis on the Ranji Trophy. Yes, they're earning huge amount from IPL, but they don't take cricketers.
And the management perspective, Asif, we don't see these chops and changes in 3 months, or in 6 months, changing about 3 chairmen of the cricket board. That doesn't happen anywhere in the world.
Yes, and unluckily, unfortunately, this is happening in Pakistan, and that's why we were discussing. Let's hope for the best. Maybe after 6 months, after 1 year, we'll be talking some positive about the Pakistan Cricket Board, and I can only say this.
Absolutely. And speaking about the Pakistan Cricket Board, now we have to tell you that the Board of Governors is convening on the 6th of this month, which is a Tuesday, to elect the next chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board for a period of 3 years. The current acting chairman, Advocate Shah Khawar, who's also the election commissioner of the Pakistan Cricket Board, has been tasked with the prime responsibility of selecting chairman from the Board of Governors. To play, of course, if you look at this tenure as well, just recently, 2 members have also been nominated by the patron-in-chief of the Pakistan Cricket Board, the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Anwarullah Kakar. And obviously, amongst all of these Board of Governors, 1 person would be elected as chairman for PCB for a period of 3 years, according to the constitution of the Pakistan Cricket Board. Sir Haider, finally on the 6th, we hope that a chairman is elected and the dust settles, and at least for the next 3 years, whoever the person is, consistency is certainly there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not our matter that who will be the chairman. Anyone can be. The name is absolutely clear who will be the chairman. But my point is that no matter who is the chairman, but a chairman should be only the chairman of the PCB. He should not be involved anywhere in any type of the activity. Like we have seen in the past, our chairman of the PCB, last 3-4 chairman, they were also busy in their own activities. It should be eliminated. Should be a chairman always available for the cricket, and he should be visionary. He should have some plan. He has to make a chairman has ability to get the work from their office bearers. He has to make a team. A team always work. But the chairman is the leader. He has to give assignment. He has to make a plan. And I will suggest to a new chairman, he should get the member of the Board of Governors by election also. Because they are the member of the Board of Governors, they are nominated. 3 members or 4 members, they are from the departments, and other 3-4 members, they are nominated from the Regional Cricket Association, from Larkhana or Dera Murad Jamali or somewhere. But I think all the regional associations, they have to elect the member of the Board of Governors, and then they will be involved in the PCB. And the chairman, he has to give a real plan. He has to concentrate the domestic cricket, because domestic cricket is very essential for any country. If you see in other countries, England, Australia, or India, they are concentrating the domestic cricket, Ranji Trophy or other county cricket. They are always essential than the leagues or than the international tours. If you will make a good plan for your domestic cricket, definitely you can produce again great Zahir Abbas, Javed Miandad, Imran Khan, and other great cricketers you can produce. But if you will go on the ad hoc basis only, the team is available to select them and send the team to an international tour, World Cup, or bilateral series, then you cannot get the right cricketer. See, I have just seen yesterday the statement of the Sarfraz Khan of India. I really am inspired from him. He has told the commentator that my father saying always to concentrate the longer format cricket. Even he can be selected in the PSL, IPL, or any other franchise, but he is concentrating the domestic cricket, the longer format cricket. This is the right way. We have to make a narration here in Pakistan, cricket narration. I would say that we have to play decent longer format cricket and regular basis. Then we can produce the good cricketers.
Absolutely, and I think it's very wise, if your father or your father-in-law is telling you to focus on the real format of the game. It's very, very important. Sabir, you were very excited as soon as Sir Haider said Ladkana, and I understand that as well. But how do you see the election of the new chairman PCB? Hopefully it happens on Tuesday, which is the 6th from the Board of Governors meeting. And then, of course, we see a chairman for a long period of time.
I'll be more than happy, because if new PCB chairman will be selected for consecutive 3 years. I mean, obviously we had a couple of bad, say kind of management. Whole world was watching before the Asia Cup and World Cup as well. So many chairmen were coming in and going out of. Obviously a new chairman, I'm quite hopeful as far as new chairman is concerned. His basically advisory team is very important. Chairman is again his basically advisory team, which kind of messages or kind of suggestions they will be giving to him. Development of obviously grounds is very important. Development of women's cricket is very important. Funds for women's cricket and increase the number of contracted players for the women's is very important. Obviously the kind of development of pitches, stadiums, renovation of stadiums is very important. So the domestic structure is very important. I would say lots of challenges will be ahead as far as the new chairman is concerned, and basically this is the only sports in Pakistan. Everybody loves basically cricket. After the hockey, we are the kind of emotional and passionate nation as well as far as cricket is concerned. So the BCB chairman basically he has to look all the kind of the circumstances as far as the development of cricket is concerned in Pakistan.
Absolutely. Asif, final thoughts on the tasks that lie ahead for the newly elected chairman PCB. Probably will get that news next week. But for me, I would also like to ask you that if I was to give my opinion, I would say that infrastructure development should be the priority right now for any person who gets to be the new chairman PCB.
Well, I think I'll go with the 3 tasks. The number 1, of course, the infrastructure, number 2 the domestic cricket, and number 10 the relationship with the rest of the world and especially with the India, because what happened in the Asia Cup, that the India didn't come to Pakistan, and that was hybrid model for the first time in the cricket we have seen in the international cricket. Now the Champions Trophy will be happening in Pakistan, so I think that these three tasks will be the really test for the upcoming chairman.
Absolutely, and I think these tasks lie ahead. These are challenges, of course, but hopefully they are addressed in a manner which is beneficial for Pakistan. So like we say, whoever gets that position needs to be given that consistency to make his decisions, and then we can expect results. We don't want any short track process. We want to believe in that system. K. Asif, Sabir Hussain and Sir Haider, thank you very much for joining us. That wraps up Sports Extra. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.